Okay, tell us about yourself.
Hi, my name is Shannen, and I'm a sophomore at Duke University. I'm majoring in a program too, in human cognitive evolution, and I went to the Neurohumanities in Paris program the summer of my freshman year.
Great. So can you tell us why you decided to study abroad?
So it was a little bit weird actually for me because I was already an international student in the United States, so I was studying abroad already, but I still got really interested in going away just to be able to put my experience in the United States kind of in comparison to somewhere else. And it actually happened that when I left Duke and I went abroad, I then could pause and reflect on what my experience so far had been in the United States.
Great. So what do you think your experience as an international student studying abroad taught you about your future career, about studying in the United States? Sorry. Continue.
So I guess that my role in the little group that went off to Paris to study abroad was very interesting because
Sorry.
it's okay. I could see my peers. Most of them were domestic students, so students from different states in the United States. Went there and had this kind of, wonder to see Paris and experience of French culture and etc. For me, as an international student who had first come to the States and then was going off to Paris, it was an entirely different experience. Also given that my country has a huge colonial past, and I've been brought up, watching a lot of French TV, knowing about French presidential elections, various things. And so when I went there, I kind of felt this sense of connection to the place. And I also could speak French, actually, and so I served as kind of an intermediate between my friends who were there for the first time. I was there for the first time too, but I felt like I had a different connection to the country. And so I kind of was intermediate to the students who were domestic and had gone abroad and the French people.
Interesting. So what do you think that experience taught you that you couldn't have learned if you had stayed on campus?
Well, I think that if I had stayed on campus, something I wouldn't have realized was just how important experiential learning is. When I was in Paris, we were studying neuroscience, and neuroscience in the context of art. And one of the things that we could do there in Paris that I don't think I would have been able to do on campus here is be so surrounded by works of art and different various museums you could go to and really apply what we had been learning in class out there, and this new, rich, diverse environment to explore really provided, such a motivation to study in a more effective way. And it's just the best studying I've ever done in my life has been in Paris.
Great. So what advice do you give to other students international students or regular students, that are interested but haven't experienced going abroad yet?
I think that it's definitely worth it. Ever since I kind of stepped out of my comfort zone, my comfortable home back in Mauritius, and came all the way to someplace foreign, I've started discovering more and more things about myself. When you are in a certain environment and there are certain values and norms within that society, you kind of just accept them as they are, and you're never challenged to think otherwise. But when I was abroad, both in Paris and here in the U.S., I've been challenged so many times on things I used to believe in, and sometimes it just strengthens my belief in those things, and other times it makes me pause and ponder. Okay, so why did I even think that way in the first place? Yeah. So it really is a learning experience. Kind of, I feel like I'm being untied entirely from whatever norms that have been imposed, and I'm getting to accept or choose those I want to have for myself.
Great. Thank you so much.
Thank you.